In the fall of 2004, we installed a 97 drop hanging garment sorter. This is our first foray into any sort of automation. The hang sorter handles about 70% of our unit volume back in 2004. It was installed in the fourth quarter, usually during the downtime. It was a very solid, real quick install. We did it in about 5 weeks. The great part about it is SDI actually built the mechanics of the hang sorter on top of our existing packing operation. So it was really amazing when we were ready to cut out the old operation. It took about 2 days. They cut out all the structural steel underneath and got the hang sorter up and running. Normally SDI and RTI look at about 3 to 5 day testing time frame to test the drops and to make sure the data works. I think we did about a day and a half before we were just like, okay, let's go, let's get it moving, let's get it pushing. So the hang sorter has probably been one of the most successful parts of our operation here. Historically, to get 100,000 units through the building in a day, we would have upwards of 400 FTEs. The packing area specifically, would have a large amount of people to be able to push those units through. Our throughput, the hang sorter has about a capacity of about 10,000 units per hour at peak. When we first installed the hang sorter, we looked at it from our volume at that time that we would only have to do an average of 3,800 units per hour to be successful, to be productive. Now we're doing upwards of anywhere from 7,000 to 9,000 units an hour. Routinely, we've been able to shave about 40 FTEs off of both hanging garment processing as well as the packing area. It's actually gotten to the point where in 2004 and earlier, we would have to have the packing area running all day. Now, we basically run the packing area, especially the hang sorter, routinely about half a day. We can flex people where we need to. In other words, we'll have people in flat to hang in the morning. We'll run them into packing in the second shift. It allows us to be very specific. We can handle priorities better. We can handle key product classifications much quicker. It's been dramatic as far as the timing, the savings, you name it. As far as from the standpoint of savings, we originally looked back at the hang sorter as around a year payback. We paid it back in around about 15, 16 months. And that was just on the original induction of 3,800 units an hour. That's kind of what our units were based on. So if you look back at what we planned it to do originally and what we're doing now, it actually has changed our whole process and how we operate. In 2004, we were working probably weekends, 6 months out of the year. We only work probably about 5 to 7 weekend days a year now. And that's saved on overtime, that is saved on staffing, that is saved merchandise flow. We've been very, very productive. And it all started with the hang sorter when we first put it in 2004. We were lucky enough to expand it in 2006, so it's up to about 126 drops now. We can handle everything. We handled e-commerce through the hang sorter. We handled holding stores. We have handled multiple store locations for openings. It is expandable. It's easy to fix it, to maintain it. It's a great piece of equipment from the standpoint of what we originally installed it for and what it achieves now. It's totally transcended any sort of what my original plans were to be. We've been very, very happy with it.